that we're painting the ceiling, we're going to need a few tools set aside besides the paint. And I'm going to show you what I've got here. Okay, ladies and gents, I am going to show you a few tools that you would need just to paint this ceiling that we've just put up. And of course, you know that we're going to be protecting the walls and the floors. To open up the cans of paint, which I'm going to show you, I have... Okay, this one is the interior ceiling flat as a bare paint. I've used a little bit of it, and it's a nice size. It will cover the ceiling actually because of the size of it, and the fact is that you'll be using it in a sprayer. You do have to use a sprayer in order to get in between the tiles and make it stay. This one is a small enough Wagner sprayer, and it's small enough in order to get into the crevices, and it gives a nice spray. It's light enough to hold in your hand so that your hand and your arm doesn't get tired of holding it and spraying it, and it's just enough that you can mix it and control the amount. You could still get done, fairly quicker, by getting up there close to the ceiling. But this is definitely my tool of choice. The sprayer is just the right size for me to handle. See? You can easily handle it. You can put the paint into the little holder here. It's enough to put in, fill it to about like right here or so, and then put the rest, some water to thin out the paint so that you don't have a problem with it. Also, you'll probably need a brush so that you can get in between the crevices and the corners as well, and to also paint and affect the tools, because there are some areas that you really cannot spray into. You'll really have to take the can of paint up there and put the brush in it. You'll need this to open up the cans of paint as well. I chose this particular type of enamel that would actually be good for the trim on the ceiling, right underneath the ceiling. That would actually fill it and also give it just a nice good satin sheen on it. As you can see, it's a satin, and there's some in there enough to do the trim with. Also, for the ceiling paint, I have another one. I should have cleaned the can off for you, but this one here is also a ceiling paint. It's a paint and primer all in one, and you could spray it wherever you need to. And it's got a stain blocking effect also. This is a white, bright white. That's a flat. This is all bright white. So if you have ceiling tile and you want to make it all the same color, sometimes the caulking will turn yellowish. And this is why we're using these three to get a good effect on the whole painting of the ceiling to make it all one color. It does have to be done. There's my sprayer. I have some scissors just in case. Also, I have a knife here, and also the Phillips head that I was using for the screws again. But also make sure that before you start to spray, go ahead and use the brush where necessary on the ceiling portions that are, right by the trim, that are, needing to be filled with the paint in order to give it a good round and filled in look. But that's it for now. So we're going to get started. What we have here, let me see if I can find a good loop, is I'm covering all the wall with plastic in order to be able to spray. Now I do have a sprayer. This is the sprayer that I'm using. I'm going to put some paint in here. That's the best way to actually handle this ceiling. Okay, make sure that you get the floor below, especially if you're using a hand brush. Always make sure you protect the floor no matter what you're doing. If you're spraying up above, You don't want any of that spray to get on any of the pictures or the other wall that you're not spraying. So what you Okay, looks like the ceiling is completely done. All I have to do now is take down the plastic and let it be. Look how complete, how clean that looks. It's still drying. There we are. Oh, that looks much better.